upgrade.
Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what's with my software today. It's really not liking me, so let me get you caught up on where we're at. So we're getting ready to build a production facility for steel, so we can start making foundations to take this world. We have contained the threat. The dark fog are now kind of stuck here. They can't really do anything. So this planet technically is ours. We have set up a facility for producing graphite. So yes, we are now definitely moving through our blue science technology equipment very quickly. We are researching things like drive engine so we can fly around. Drive engine 2, this will get us off the planet. Oh, this needs to be queued. That'll allow us to see what resources are in the system and whether or not this game is really going to be worth continuing on this particular seed. Because if we don't have any silicon here, then we're kind of up crap creek without a paddle. So we got to focus on. We got to hope that we have every resource that we need to get things done properly. So, pick all that up. That's where our 107 bullets went. Actually, I'm going to take this stack for myself. Okay, so we don't have enough coal to complete the research we're doing. We need to go and get some more. There's no point in mining it by hand when we have a belt over here or a system over here pulling it out. We actually need quite a bit of it. Need at least 60. Okay. So belt upgrades, that's the next thing we need to focus on. This is another building that we're going to build, but I think we're going to wait. I don't know if I want to wait until I put in the line. That we don't have the technology for it. So let's go have a look and see what that requires. I think that it requires red science, so we're not there yet. Anything over here that's left that contained that needs blue. Yes, chemical. Everything is now requiring red science, which means that we're going to have to start setting up oil production so that we can get red science. Shouldn't be too difficult now that we've got the dark fog under wraps. my soil piles? You know, I thought I had those coming in. I think the devs may have changed something. Yeah. Oh, no, down here. So we are collecting soil pile. All right, so let's go and start working on steel production.
Complete. Flight mode.
First things first. Probably thermal power would be better. And let's take a look and see, do we have a better fuel source than... Yes, we've got combustible units. So combustible units 9.72 megajoule versus 6.75. So we're going to take advantage of that. What's required to set up the... We got all that over there. Let's go and set those up and get a few of those being built.
Flight mode.
And we'll do a geothermal plant. That way we're not running on windmill power so much. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that it does not produce enough energy to keep our base running. We will do a stack of, I'm going to say 10 just to be safe. The building here is geothermal, so that will be this guy. Iron, stone, gears, and magnetic coils. We are out of belts. Let's grab some more.
Upgrade complete.
What is eating up all my gear? Oh, that's right. We only have 2 manufacturers doing gears. Yep, this is almost done though, so then we'll start having the production. So we will get the parts we don't need out of the way. We'll have them run around the back here.
Upgrade complete.
We'll have the gears come in front. We'll have the magnetic windings come in front. And we'll have this iron come in front. Our stone go here. We'll drop some of our excess over into there. And now the system power, and it'll start making these for us. Perfect.
Research complete.
On the first flight. So now we're going to go back into Back into our tech tree. Let's go into upgrades. Upgrade these simple technologies. Mass construction, yes, we can upgrade that. But we did grab cosmic exploration too, so if I come out now, we begin to see the value of our solar system. I click on the star, we see there's 159 silicon ore in the system. 588 iron, which most of that
Upgrade complete.
is not on our home world, so that's good sign. So we got quite a bit of iron on one of these other ones. So this one here's got a lot of 159. So there's 146 silicon over here. Not much titanium. We're expect the lava planet, yep, to have the titanium, and it does. So yeah, this game is definitely worth continuing. The resources that we are going to need for expansion are here.
Upgrade complete.
Yeah, we're gonna add more gear because we don't have enough. We get it jammed up, then it'll be enough. Because right now, you take a look, we're consuming, I think, 36, 37 megawatt, 30, not 40. We get over
complete.
50, or we get over 60, we're gonna have a problem.
Flight mode.
And I'm getting ready to build a combustible unit line right over here. Now let's just do 2 for now. Okay, so combustible unit. See what the requirements are. Three to 1, so let's just do 6.
Upgrade complete.
Our storage over here.
Upgrade complete.
Now, combustible units is what we're going to primarily burn for fuel within our own mecha core for now, because they have a higher return, better on the energy. So definitely going to want those in our mecha core once we run out of our graphite. This up and running. They can start producing, and then we're going to put the power plant right on this side. Oh, got to be careful of that. We need to save that. Where do I want to do the power production? Can't do it over there. Height space, so let's see here. I think I'm going to send the combustible units all the way up here. To this line that we just put in. Yes, I know it's a long way, but we need to get it away from we need to keep it away from other production facilities. Will help out our drones here. The good thing to remember is we're already producing the combustible units. We started that early for a reason. Okay. We'll have them offload onto this belt. How are we looking on those, by the way? Yeah, this is supposed to be a double tower.
Flight mode.
Got 29 of these now, so that should be enough. Burn these. We'll have to wait till we have the room for it. even though I'm burning these combustible units instead of the
Light mode.
the other power supplies, it's still something that we have to keep in mind on, keep our eye on. For now, I think we'll do 15, at least 15 of these, because we ain't gonna do much more than that. Or 15 to 20 if I can. There. There. There we go. So yeah, this will be enough to get us going for now. And now we also want to start thinking about where also we want to set up the mall after we get the iron production up and running. All right. Yep, we just saw a significant jump in generating capacity. This is to be expected as we start burning those units. We chose these because they take longer to burn. But we should be able to fill these all the way up and have more than enough fuel to run our own mech. And the thermal power is one of those things we have to unlock, so definitely worth it. All right, so let's set up our production for iron and steel. So let's take a look at what the recipes for each of those are for steel is. So steel requires iron, so we're gonna do we'll do 2 things of iron, I think, or 1 thing of iron for now. Make it expandable. If we'll have it come down further, we want to have 6. So this is our iron line. Over here will be our steel line. We need to combine steel with stone, which we got a good source of right here, to make foundation. Okay. Looking pretty good. I think I'm gonna save them all for the next episode. So when we get to that point, we'll be getting ready to call it at that point. So right now we're still still have to get everything set up to do that. Okay, there we go. Boom. Now we've got the iron production. Now let's get steel. We're gonna do steel. We'll go this way with it. And remember, everything that we're building is kind of temporary because right now we don't have the what I like to call the network set up. Now, some of you lower players, people that are not as advanced, don't know what that means. People who are new don't know what that means. Basically, it means that we got everything being shipped via air. We're not shipping halfway across the planet by belt anymore. Belts are for shipping within the network, a factory network that has a demand. Right now, we're still at the beginning of our game. We're nowhere near that. No, let's not have that on the parting line. There we go. Kill that. Kill that. Of course, you can see if we take a look at our energy or power consumption. Oh wow, 76. We've got a lot of headroom now. Put this in place. Now we're only gonna have, yeah, we'll use this stone. And we'll build them over here. We're only gonna do, I think, 3 or 4 foundations. I want the rest of it to stay in storage. We're gonna need, definitely gonna need steel for other objectives. Right now we don't have the means to really set up a full-on production facility for that. Right here. There we go. Stone. Second mine doing that. Now we could use some of these to produce the silicon chips that we need, but we really would like to do that on the world that's got the silicon on it. After, of course, we tend to contain the dark fog on those worlds. So to produce, we'll do 4. To produce foundations, we need assemblers. And like I said, we need the stone and we need the iron. Stone and the steel, so. And we'll have our inputs kind of like so. Well, that's not what I wanted. I didn't know it would delete the whole darn thing. Yes, we will put a double container in. We want to produce as many of these as we can. We don't want to put a limit on foundations. Alright, so now we're going to begin sending our stone. And our steel to the foundation facility. Perhaps we could. We connected these. That was a mistake. Well. So yep, we got foundations now starting to come in. That's going to take some time to build up.
Flight mode.
We have definitely hit our objectives for tonight. So let's take a look here. So our dark fog are over here. There's no resources in this region. Actually, there are resources here. We want to find an area where there's almost no resources. So this area in here looks pretty good for that. Right in here. We might have to have more turret containment over here to keep the dark fog in, but if we do that, we could build ourselves a mall right in this area. We should go and investigate that. So we want our mall to be across the equator. We want it to be on the long, large axis. or the large, excuse me, the large area. So from here to here. Yeah, actually, right in here would be good. Yeah, because here's your break. We wouldn't even get close to this. So from here on over to here, we're gonna want to start paving over this area. Oh, we got oil. Further west. Jeez, there's another one. Yeah, it looks like it is going to be stuck over in here somewhere, so we have quite a bit of resources on this planet that are in spots that are blocking us. Now, like I said, this is something that we're going to have to worry about on the next episode. Now, production is definitely a paramount. Maybe this ocean, actually. This ocean might be perfect. We might have to surrender an oil reserve if we have to. I think they're all over here, though. That'll actually help me.
Flight mode.
Yeah, so we could put it in right here. I mean, these coal veins are kind of close, but they're just above where we're going to be. And we're going to have an input come from down here anyway. All right. Well, let's set up a factory to build the splitters. Because to build this type of mall that we're going to build, we're going to require splitters. Okay, so splitters. Here's computers and steel, iron. We'll have this guy build us about 10, a stack of 10's more than enough. Need gears, computer, and iron. Yeah, and this winding belt you see is going to change. Once this is done, this is all going to get deleted. We'll path this stuff into a container. We'll cut the lines and path these into containers. That way we can reroute it to where it needs to be. Now the last thing we need is power. Make sure that's functioning properly. Sure is. So now we're producing splitters. We got quite a few of these in inventory now. That's good.
Flight mode.
See, we're losing some of our power, so we need to increase these. See if we got any backup. Yeah, we got some backup, so Get them running out. And since we can have another, we'll just do another set as well. Never hurt to have more of these than we need. Okay, there we go. That way, just in case any extra coal makes it this way, it can be sorted into here.
Light mode.
But Mark II belts will be able to do more. Let's go have a look on how our defenses are doing, our containment is doing. Oh, we're getting full on the ammo. That's good. Yeah. Our VABs are full, but I personally don't care. All right. It looks like we've got them contained.
Light mode.
We've definitely hit the achievement of this episode. We're going to make sure we're going to do a check on our foundations so that we can start our, when we get right on our next episode, we can get started with that. And we'll get ready to, and of course, next episode we'll also be focusing on Tier 2 science. Once that mall is built, we'll be building the structures to build those on the mall. So yeah, let's have a look here. We've already got 1,000. Burn these. All right, so that pretty much wraps it up for this episode, guys. I hope you've enjoyed following me so far on this. I'm going to be back on probably in a few minutes with another game. Probably one of my simulator games, maybe American Truck or Farming Sim. But otherwise, guys, it's been a pleasure. And we'll have another one of these streams for this game. Maybe later this week. Probably be Thursday at the earliest, maybe Saturday. I definitely probably want to hold a Dyson Sphere stream on Saturday. It'd be several hours long. But otherwise, guys, it's been a pleasure.